A man's Bigfoot hunting expeditions were used against him in a court of law. A Las Vegas ice cream truck was mistaken for an ice vehicle. And a passenger clings onto the outside of a 175-mile-per-hour train after he was locked out having a cigarette. These are the weird stories on Weird AF News, the only daily weird news podcast in existence. Let's go. It's gonna be some weird news, listening to weird news by the firelight. A British Columbia man's Bigfoot hunting expeditions were used against him in a spousal support case. A man's ongoing efforts to track down the elusive Sasquatch in remote areas of British Columbia suggest that he's capable of working and therefore not entitled to any spousal financial support, according to a judge. The unusual circumstances were detailed in a very recent divorce decision that was handed down in the British Columbia Supreme Court, which makes multiple references to this 57-year-old man's Bigfoot hunting expeditions. Hard to imagine that anyone would marry a Bigfoot hunter, but people are desperate. Yep, people marry flat earthers. I don't get it. Yeah, I got a normal brain. Ain't nobody wanting to hitch up with me. Well, not a normal brain, but it's kind of, there's some weird things knocking around in my skull. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not out there looking for Bigfoot footprints and Sasquatch crap. I mean, literally crap. They look for Sasquatch poop. They look for it. They're looking for Sasquatch poop out there in the woods. And their wife lets them go? I mean, it's amazing to me. I had a girlfriend that was jealous when I played co-ed softball. No one ever would let me go to the woods for several days searching for a fictitious beast. The wife told the court that the husband went on a camping trip on Vancouver Island in search of this mythical ape-like creature known as the Sasquatch. Yeah. The key word there is I think it just hit puberty there. The key word there is mythical creature. Now, I know we see Bigfoot on commercials and stuff and in film and TV, but guys, don't be fooled. Bigfoot is not real. Now, apparently, not only did this guy go for a month on a Bigfoot search, he brought along an ex-girlfriend without telling his wife. What? This guy has 2 women? He's a Bigfoot hunter. He believes Bigfoot, and he's got 2 women that want him? That's the most incredible part of the story, is that 2 women out there want to be with this Bigfoot hunter. Please tell me this whole Bigfoot thing is just a cover-up to go camping with your ex. I mean, that doesn't make it any better. Well, I mean, a little bit better. At least it would lead me to believe this man isn't completely nuts. Now, the judge wrote that the respondent was extremely upset by this. Before the claimant returned home, she fired off a text to him declaring that their marriage was over. The husband's claim for spousal support also hinged on him. Imagine, this guy now wants spousal support. He goes on a month-long Bigfoot hunting trek with an ex, and then he wants money at the end of the day? Wow. Some dudes are just really confident out there. Now, according to the documents, it says this Bigfoot hunter, he filed a injury claim back in 2016, and he claims that he's unable to work since then. All right. So she's been supporting him since 2016, and then he goes on his camping trips looking for the Sasquatch. This unfortunate incident, he claims, led to chronic and severe pain that continues to this day, and he cannot work. The judge was ultimately not convinced that the husband was left completely disabled by that accident back in 2016, or that he currently cannot earn income from employment of some kind or other, partly because of his ongoing Sasquatch-related escapades. Yeah, I agree with the judge. The judge wrote in the ruling, quote, "The claimant continues to enjoy camping, fishing, hunting, riding quad motorcycles, and exploring remote areas of British Columbia in search of Sasquatch." The judge says, "I accept that he is no longer suited to work requiring a lot of physical strength or stamina, but he told me himself that he has made no effort since 2016 to seek or secure any employment in lighter or more sedentary occupations that do exist, or to retrain for better paying low-impact jobs in keeping with his, as he says, superior intellect and aptitudes." I really enjoy this judge's snarky attitude with this guy, this POS, as they say. And as for his claims of having a superior intellect, which obviously the guy claims, according to the judge anyways, I mean, superior intellect and Sasquatch hunting actually don't go together, in my opinion. At the end of the day, the judge approved the couple's divorce without awarding any spousal support or legal costs to either party. Good job, Judge. Although he probably should have just given out the divorce based on the fact that this guy went camping for a month with an ex, so obviously cheating. I wasn't cheating, honey. I was Sasquatch hunting. Look at all these blurry photos I took. Everybody knows the rules, too. If you can't squatch with the one you love, squatch with the one you're with. Squatch with the one you're with. All right, not all these songs are great, guys, but come on. An ice cream truck was mistaken for an ICE vehicle, ICE vehicle. You guys familiar with the ICE? It's an organization over here in the United States that is trying to make sure that only white people live here. Everyone's afraid of them right now because they're in the business of deportation. So someone confused this ice cream truck for an ICE vehicle. Let's find out why and how. This story's out of Viva Las Vegas. Social media posts mistakenly identified a law enforcement-themed Las Vegas ice cream truck as an immigration and customs enforcement vehicle, leading its owner to fear for his own safety. Yeah, I'd imagine. The owner of the ice cream truck's name is Billy Settlemyers. He says, I'm an ice cream man. That's it. That's his quote. I'm an ice cream man. He also said, ICE and Border Patrol don't use trucks from 1985, last I checked. Certainly don't use ice cream trucks, but let's not give them any ideas, okay? We don't want to. That's just another way for them to be undercover, I'd imagine. Yes, would you like some sprinkles on top of that speedy deportation? Now, it turns out, because of social media and, a couple of fools, really, that believed this was a real ice truck, this kind of went a little nuts. Someone wrote with a photo of the vehicle, please be on the lookout for, quote, ice cream ice trucks. They even play music to get people to come outside. This is so sick. All right, I'm looking at a photo of it. It's clearly an ice cream truck to me, but it does have the look of a sort of a police vehicle of some sort. And if you can't read, then, there's probably a lot of immigrants, some illegals in the country that they know the acronym ICE, but they can't read the rest of this truck, so they might think that this is happening. But, even then, you just got to see a man handing out ice cream cones on the street, and then I don't know. People are easily confused these days. The owner of the truck, Billy, was interviewed for this particular story, and they asked if he had this problem before, and he said, no, not at all, man. People ask me if I'm law enforcement or ex-law enforcement, but I'm just a mechanic. I just built the truck. Now, the truck's look encourages drivers to slow down, as some believe it's actually Metro Police. It looks like a Metro Police vehicle from far away, according to the owner, but he's not affiliated with any law enforcement. But yeah, it kind of does look a bit like a police van of some sort. So, I can imagine some people slowing down when they see it. I slow down when I see those fake police cars in my rearview mirror, which is, another thing we could discuss. Why are the police selling used cop cars to the public? It just seems so stupid and asinine to me. But we just all accept it like it's normal. Only in third world countries, really poor places, can you buy government vehicles, Places like, I don't know, Paraguay or something. Hey, man, I can get you a police car. Do you want a tank, bro? I get you a tank. Yep, countries like that. And then America, you can buy cop cars. It doesn't make any sense to me. So now the fallout of this is people online claiming that ICE had a checkpoint in Las Vegas that was disguised as an ice cream truck, which is it's kind of silly. This would never happen in real life. I don't think it would. That's pretty nefarious if you're going to pretend to be an ice cream truck and just nab people. Imagine their ice cream truck. Instead of playing that cute little ice cream truck jingle, they play bad boys, or what you gonna do? All right. Too soon? Now, the owner of the truck, Billy, says that he's really lucky and thankful for all the wonderful customers he has in this Las Vegas neighborhood that came to his defense, and he really appreciates that a lot. All right, Billy, I wish you luck. You might want to consider rebranding because, if you make your truck look like a police vehicle, you can't really be surprised when people think it's legitimately a police vehicle. And lastly, I'll just question selling ice cream in January in Vegas. Like, what is that all about? Who's buying ice cream the end of January in Las Vegas? Like, it's barely 50 degrees out right now. So, I don't know. I have so many questions.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
A passenger clings to the outside of a 175-mile-per-hour train after the doors shut on him during his cigarette break. A passenger clung to the cables of a high-speed German train after a lengthy cigarette break, saw the carriage doors close on him. Unwilling to be left behind and without his luggage, the man jumped onto the outside of the train as it pulled away. He was still smoking as it reached speeds of 175 miles an hour. This was, wow. I'm always impressed at the lengths that smokers will go to get their puffs in. Yeah. I remember, like, at one point in my life, I had to work like an office job, and we had to report very early in the morning. This is in the Boston area. You know how cold it is? Like 7:30 a.m. in New England. Just people be out there smoking. I'm like, you're dying. Look at your hands. I mean, bare hands exposed to that sort of weather. It's painful. And they just stay out there, gotta smoke, can't not smoke. So strange to me. I mean, it's minus 10 degrees. At that point, no smoking outside. Smoke inside wherever you can. Go to your car. Or just, like, chew the gum for, the winter. And then go back to smoking outside when it gets warmer. I mean, we all got our thing. I'm not saying don't have your thing. I like boobs, but, I'm not going to a strip club to see boobs if it's minus 15 degrees in there. I'll just wait for it to warm up. All right, I need to calm down. I'm getting all excited about this 40-year-old Hungarian national that held onto a bracket between the carriages as the train continued to Nuremberg at 175 miles per hour. He had boarded the ice train in Munich. It's called the ice train? Wow, look at that. What a coincidence. There was ice in the previous story. It's the ice train, the ICE train. He boarded without a valid ticket before getting off the train for a cigarette. Wow, so what is this guy, like a stowaway? He's on the Intercity Express train is a 6-hour journey to the northern city of Lübeck, and it was stopped by federal police 19 miles away after witnesses alerted officials to the stowaway. A police officer from the state police who happened to be traveling with the train found the 40-year-old Hungarian, quote, passenger and brought him onto the train. They added that the fare-dodging passenger was amazingly unharmed following this incident and was handed over to the federal police at the Nuremberg Central Station. Wow, it's more than just this guy stepped outside for a cigarette. This guy's he's a stowaway. He's illegally on the train. What do they call those? Stowaway, right? It says the man is going to face charges for fare evasion and, along with that, an act of disruption to operations. Federal police have since warned rail passengers not to endanger their lives with similar acts of life-threatening nonsense. Yeah, I mean, the guy's lucky he didn't get killed. You shouldn't be smoking on the outside of a train. You shouldn't be hanging out on the outside of the train, but definitely not smoking. In fact, cigarette companies should use this as a warning, put it on the side of the pack. Health warning. Caution, smoking while pregnant may cause fetal abnormalities. Also, smoking while traveling may cause you to fall off a speeding fast train or the side of a cruise ship. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hunting Bigfoot, hunting it all day. Hunting Bigfoot, gonna shoot him in the face. So yeah, I'm gonna shoot me a Bigfoot. Been hunting Bigfoot today, and I shot something. Let me go see what it is. Oh, shit, it's a possum. Hunting Bigfoot with my friend Steve. Hunting Bigfoot, I see him in the trees. Oh yeah, I'm gonna shoot that Bigfoot. He's behind the tree. I'm aiming to fire, and I think that I got him. Let me see. Oh, shit, I shot Steve. Hunting Bigfoot, instead I shot Steve. Didn't mean to shoot him, and his family's mad at me. Oh, now I'm going to Steve's funeral. funeral, and I gotta explain to his relatives that I mistook him for a fictitious creature that doesn't exist, and that I'm not gonna hunt Bigfoot anymore, but they're still pissed. I ain't gonna hunt no more Bigfoot. Hey, my friends and my loyal listeners of the Weird AF podcast. I want to thank you so much for spending some time with me. I hope you enjoyed the inclusion of the Huntin' Bigfoot song at the end. I forgot to put it on earlier, and then I'm like, I forgot about that song I wrote about hunting Bigfoot. That should have went up a little earlier in the episode, but we'll leave it at the end there. A little Easter egg for you. Hope you're all doing well. Hope your 2025 is turning around. Mine is. Things are looking up, so I'm remaining positive as we move forward. And, you don't really have a choice. You got to remain positive, right? That's the way to do it. Anyways, I got some shows this weekend. If you're in the area, please check out my Instagram at FunnyJones for that information. If you'd like to support the show, you could do so by leaving a review or telling a bunkmate in your prison. Yeah, or a neighbor. Or just a random stranger at the airport. Just tell a random stranger about Weird AF News. If you just struck it rich, you want to support the show, go to weirdafnews.com, where you can join the Patreon or buy me a coffee. And if you'd like to send me any articles that you think are suitable for the show, please email me, funnyjones@gmail.com. All right. Well, I'm choking. I think that's a sign.